So if you move to Thailand, how do you make new friends? This is the question that came from my comments. It said, I've wondered about creating and or finding one's community. You've been traveling there for decades and had a community to connect with once you arrived. I assume that he's talking about me specifically. How would someone not as connected, once moving there, avoid loneliness, boredom, and developing destructive and addictive habits while seeking fulfillment and things to do? This came from Mark in Santa Barbara. So thanks, Mark. That is a really good question. So in this video, I'm going to show you 4 easy ways to make new friends when you get here to Thailand. And don't worry, these will even work if you're a bit shy and find it difficult to meet people. And when I get to number 4 on the list, I'll show you some examples of what some people are doing to make super good friends literally the day that they arrive. So you could either put some of these tips into action, or you could just move here and end up sitting in a bar all alone, wondering why Thailand isn't as fun as you imagined it. Okay, so let's get into it. First off, Mark mentioned that I have decades of experience visiting Thailand. So I had a network of friends here in waiting. And yes, that is true for Bangkok and Koh Samui. But let me tell you a story about how I found friends in Phuket. So a few years ago, I wanted to go down to Phuket, but I didn't know anyone there. Literally nobody. So I went on Facebook. And I ended up finding a couple of Facebook groups related specifically to Phuket. And somehow, some messages back and forth, I ended up connecting with a guy named Sean Stenning. Shout out to you, Sean. We just started chatting. He said, let's hook up when you come to Phuket. So next thing you know, I'm in Phuket. I meet Sean. We actually got along great. Him and his wife, Lisa, have become great friends. And through them, I met Nando and Amy, and then Pete and Nina. That's how it happens, right? As soon as you make one friend, that leads to making more friends. And I did that through Facebook. So the first thing that I can recommend to you is Facebook groups. There's a ton of Facebook groups. And the best part is that you can find ones who have people who share the same interests as you. So in Thailand, there's groups called Phuket Expats. We love Phuket. Phuket Foodies, Phuket Events and Activities, Phuket Digital Nomads. So say you're a digital nomad, then get active in this community. And soon enough, you're going to end up connecting with people who are also digital nomads in Phuket. And then ask them if they want to meet up for a beer or coffee or something to chat SEO or drop shipping or crypto, or whatever digital nomads like to talk about. And there's tons of groups. You got Bangkok Expats, Bangkok Foodies, Bangkok Happy Nightlife. I'm not quite sure what that one's about though. Bangkok Best Parties. This is a good one. Just find an event that's listed in Bangkok Best Parties Facebook group. And if it's an event that you like, send out a post. Post in the group. Ask if anyone else in the group wants to go to this event with you. The beauty of living in Thailand is that there's lots of people in the same boat as you who are new here, and they're also looking to meet people and make friends. For me, when I came to Bangkok, I found a group called Bangkok Drum and Bass. I ended up finding some events there, went out to a couple drum and bass events, ended up meeting DJ Orawan, kick-ass Thai drum and bass DJ, through Orawan. Brad, shout out to you guys. And I found some other junglists to go out, listen to a little Andy C. But maybe you got no idea what I'm talking about with this whole drum and bass shit. Or maybe Bangkok's not where you're looking to meet people. And that's the beauty of Facebook groups. They're broken down by geography and interests. So you got the Koh Samui community, although I prefer the one called Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, and Koh Tao, Thailand. That's a good group. You got golf in Asia. Solo golfers are always looking to book a tee time with someone. You wouldn't have a problem meeting a friend there. Thailand for retirement, a group where you'd find fellow retirees in the same boat as you. The bottom line is that there's tons of options, so just find ones that you're interested in and go from there. I got mixed feelings about social media, to say the least. Bit of a plague on society in many ways. But it really is a solid way for people who've just moved abroad to meet other people. But what if you're not a social media person and you're looking to meet people right away in the real world? Well, Haley and I were out for dinner with friends just the other night. And the story of these friends perfectly paints the picture of tip number 2 of how to meet new friends when you move to Thailand. So when I moved here, I heard that there was an ice hockey league in Bangkok, and being Canadian, I had to look deeper into this. Us Canadians live and die with our hockey. Unfortunately, I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, so I die more in my hockey. Got the shittiest team in professional sports history, but I digress. Anyway, I go out to this. It's called the Siam Hockey League, and seemed like a great bunch of guys, but I wasn't playing hockey. But surrounding it, there's other social stuff going on. There was this group of guys who were broadcasting the hockey games onto Facebook. And I came from the film business, so that was more my speed than the actual on-ice play. So I met a couple of them, and I ended up offering to help out and man camera, and did it for a whole season. Made some great friends. And one of them was the president of the Siam Hockey League, John, who I was out for dinner with just a few nights ago. And now we're friends with him and his wife. And when we were out for dinner, she told me that she's playing a lot of tennis these days. And I said, like, where do you play tennis? She said, all over the place. There's courts all over Bangkok. I say, who do you play with? She says, I just show up alone. And you get a little bit of instruction to start off. And then there's a little sign-up sheet. There's, 20 people that also showed up alone. Next thing you know, you play a little doubles tournament. And obviously, that's a great way to make new friends. So that's hockey and tennis. But I also know people who play road hockey, football, or soccer, as us ignorant North Americans call it. I know people who go bowling with friends. Pickleball's getting huge over here. Basketball, badminton, ping pong, golf, you name it. And I can guarantee you can find a recreational league for it here in Thailand. And that is an awesome way to meet people. Anywhere in the world. If you play sports, I'm sure you've made friends doing it wherever you're from. So don't worry when you move here. There's tons of options for that. But what if you're not the sporty type? Well, I get a lot of people write to me and ask how they can get involved in volunteer work over here. And that's another awesome way to make friends. When I first moved to Bangkok, I found this group called Bangkok Community Help. And at the time, this was during COVID, they were doing food drives to pack up food and take essential food kits and bags to the slums of Bangkok. And so I volunteered to help. And what that ended up meaning was I found myself at a little warehouse, and there was about a dozen other foreigners there, all packing up bags of food. It was like a 3 or 4 hour volunteer session. A lot of laughs, a lot of fun, a lot of great people who share the same mindset of giving a little back to the community. And after the session's over, people want to hook up for coffee, hook up for lunch or beers. There's great opportunities to make friends through volunteer work. And there's all kinds of charities and things to get involved with here, from dogs to helping, the less privileged people. I got a great buddy named Michael who helps people in the most remote areas of Thailand. We've become friends. And not only that, but it gets you into some really interesting places and situations. There's an amazing group of people on Koh Samui who are helping the autistic local kids on Koh Samui. Got involved with that the past couple Christmases and made some new friends that way. So volunteering opportunities are limitless here. But at the start of the video, I promised to give you examples of what some people are doing to make friends literally the very first day that they arrive. So a while back, I started a members program. It's actually called the RW for You members program. And when I started it, I wasn't sure exactly what it was going to be. I thought it was going to be access to a bunch of travel advice coming from me. But what I learned over time is that it's really more of a Thailand social club. So there's lots of facets to the group, but let me just explain the social component of it. There's a Facebook group, but what's really been cool is we got 4 WhatsApp groups, all kinds of crazy, wacky chat about different topics. But one of the groups is specifically for meetups. So people just post in there, hey, who wants to go out this Friday? And almost every time, a small group of people will get together and meet up. And then once a month, we usually get a big group together. The last one was at the Hyatt rooftop, just right beside my building. That was a lot of fun. That was awesome. A couple months ago, we went out to a little local Thai bar that was tons of fun. I'm actually going to the Morrissey concert next week with Greg, one of the members. Looking forward to that, Greg. But it's really cool to be part of this group. And from the big monthly meetups, there's been friendships develop. I've seen it, some really close friendships, and they're all meeting all the time. This has been a really good way for socializing in Thailand. The members are from all over the world, though. So when members are rolling into Thailand, all they do is message the WhatsApp group, and there's almost always people who are willing to hook up and welcome them back to the land of smiles by going out and having some fun. It's been really cool to see this group evolve that way. And it brings me back, Mark, to your original comment that started the whole video off about me having a network of friends already here when I moved here. Well, even if you don't live here or aren't moving here, this members group has given that same network of built-in friends to people who just visit Thailand once a year. And some of the friendships in that group have gotten beyond tight. So you got people who just text and say, hey, I'm coming on December 10th. Next thing you know, a bunch of people will meet up with them. And as soon as you show up in Thailand that very day, you got a bunch of friends waiting to have some fun with. Anyways, if you want to learn more about this group, I will leave a link in the description below. Check it out. And a shout out to all the RW4U members all around the world. You guys are absolutely awesome and make Thailand a lot more fun. And thanks, Mark, for the great question. And if you have a question about relocating to Thailand, just drop it in the comment below, and I might make a future video about it. Now, let me just finish by saying stop thinking about it and just do it. Just move to Thailand already. Click this video right here, and I'll explain where in Thailand you might want to set up camp. But get your ass over here, would you?